How's it going, gamers? Luis here from Gaming Vlog Network, and I have the next entry in the top 10 must-own games for each platform. We've done the 3DS, we've done the Wii U. This next entry is on the PlayStation Vita, and if you want to catch up with the rest of the episodes in the series, you can click that little I button on the corner of your screen to see the entire playlist. So without further ado, here are the top 10 must-own games for the PlayStation Vita. Number 10. Sound Shapes. Sound Shapes is a unique little game from Sony Santa Monica. It's a platformer music game that has you play as a blob, collecting music notes, thus adding onto the background song of the level. The further you progress through each level, the more complete the background track gets. This blob you play as can increase its weight to gain momentum when rolling down hills, or stick to walls when platforming from wall to wall. Anything red in the game is something that can hurt you, so it's best to avoid the color. You can also create your own levels and share them online. There's even a few tracks made specifically for the game by big artists like Beck and Deadmau5. It's a really fun little game that even has cross-buy between Sony's platforms, so if you buy one version, you get them all. Number 9. Super Stardust Delta. Super Stardust Delta is another game from Sony made by the brilliant minds at Housemarque, who brought you games like Resogun for PS4 and later on PS3 and Vita. Super Stardust Delta is a twin-stick shooter that looks absolutely gorgeous on the Vita. The game offers 5 planets to play through consisting of 5 phases, and at the end of each planet is a new boss battle. Overall, it's a really fun game to keep you occupied and definitely one of the more beautiful looking games on the Vita. Number 8. PlayStation AllStars Battle Royale. PlayStation AllStars Battle Royale is one of my favorite games on the Vita. A lot of people gave this game crap for being a Smash Bros. Clone, but I feel like I was one of the only few people that really enjoyed this game. Although it does play a lot like Smash Bros., it has its own unique attributes to it, like having to raise up your special meter in order to perform KOs and earn points. The cast of characters is just as crazy as Smash Bros. You have your Sony-owned properties like Nathan Drake, Sackboy, and Kratos, but you also have some crazy other ones like Big Daddy from BioShock, Isaac Clarke from Dead Space, and Dante from Devil May Cry. If you haven't tried out this game yet just for the mere fact that you think it's a Smash Bros. Clone, I highly recommend you try it out. You can find it for fairly cheap nowadays too. Number 7. LittleBigPlanet PlayStation Vita. LittleBigPlanet PS Vita is literally an app store on your Vita. The game contains its own little story like any other LBP game, but the real reason to get this game is for its level creation. The level creator in this game is a powerful tool, and the community online that shares their levels is essentially a mini Vita app store where every game, or in this case level, is free. You can play levels that people have created online that oftentimes are based on other really cool game series like Super Mario Bros. Or even Five Nights at Freddy's. Aside from the level creation, the gameplay really does utilize the Vita's hardware, making use of the front touchpad and the back touchpad. If you loved LittleBigPlanet on the PS3, you're gonna love the PS Vita version, plus the many levels and in this case, applications that you can get for free with the Vita. Number 6. Gravity Rush. Gravity Rush is a game from Sony Studio Japan that's actually currently being remade and getting a sequel on the PlayStation 4. It stars a girl named Kat who lost her memory. One day while roaming the city, she discovers a black cat that gives her the power to alter gravity to her advantage. She uses these powers to protect people from gravity storms appearing over the city that's spawning in Nevi monsters. It's a really unique game from Sony that I'm really happy is getting a sequel, even if it is only on the PS4. I'm really excited to control the power of gravity once again. Number 5. Minecraft for the PlayStation Vita. I'm sure all of you know what Minecraft is by now. A cube builder that lets you create practically whatever you want. The reason why I think the Vita version is one of the best versions of it is the fact that it's actually the console version of Minecraft made portable for the Vita. The Pocket Edition on mobile is cool, but definitely isn't as great as the console versions on PS3 or Xbox 360. Having the console version ready to go in my pocket is easily enough reason to buy this game again, even if you already own it on another platform, just to have the best console experience on the go. Number 4. Uncharted Golden Abyss. Uncharted Golden Abyss represents the original vision Sony had for the PlayStation Vita. It's a console-like experience in your pocket. Sure, it doesn't look like the PS3 games, but Uncharted Golden Abyss is essentially that console-like experience in your pocket, with the addition of a little gimmicky touchscreen mechanics, but for the most part, it really did play like an Uncharted game. It plays as a prequel to the Uncharted trilogy on PS3 that explores the relationship between Nathan Drake and Jason Dante. If you're a big fan of the Uncharted series on consoles, you're excited for Uncharted 4, but you've never played Uncharted Golden Abyss just because it was on the Vita, I'd highly recommend you check it out. It's a really great console-like experience on the go, and if you're an Uncharted fan, you owe it to yourself to try out this game. Number 3. Danganronpa. Danganronpa is a Japanese visual novel that has a plot that I'd say is comparable to something like Future Diary, the anime. You play as a student that wins an online lottery in a prestige private school for only the best of the best. Upon entering the school, he passes out and wakes up with other elites from the school in what appears to be a death trap set up by a teddy bear named Monokuma. The only way to leave the school is to kill another student without getting caught by the others. It's a really interesting story that's honestly one of the most captivating games on the Vita. The third game in the main series actually just got announced a few months ago, so now's the time to hop on the bandwagon, play the first 2 games, and get ready for the third one. Number 2. Killzone Mercenary. Killzone Mercenary is another example of that console experience on the go. Killzone Mercenary is the best first-person shooter on the Vita. The game knows the right balance of physical controls and touchscreen mechanics. The entire game was actually built on the Killzone 3 engine for the PS3, and you can definitely tell as it's one of the most graphically amazing looking games on the Vita. By far, my favorite part of this game is the online multiplayer team deathmatches. When people were complaining that Call of Duty Declassified on Vita wasn't the first-person shooter they were hoping for, let me tell you now, this is the first-person shooter you wanted. This is the pinnacle of first-person shooters on the PlayStation Vita, dare I say it, on the handheld. And finally, number 1, Persona 4 Golden. Persona 4 Golden is by far the best game on the PlayStation Vita. I still owe it to my friend Jacoby for forcing me to play this game when I wasn't into JRPGs in high school. You play as Yu Narakami, a student who's visiting his uncle and cousin while his parents are away on a business trip. When you arrive in the town of Inaba, a series of murders start happening and rumors of something called the Midnight Channel start spreading across town. The game then follows you and his newly formed group of friends while they explore the TV world called the Midnight Channel, trying to solve these murder mysteries. The game was originally released on the PlayStation 2 as just Persona 4, but then was re-released on Vita as Persona 4 Golden, with new voice actors, more content, and upgraded graphics. In terms of gameplay, it's primarily turn-based combat with some dungeon crawling. When you're not in the TV world, it plays more like a visual novel, where you have conversation with your friends, ranking up your social links, and in return powering up your personas, the creatures you use to fight in the TV world. If you're not into the JRPG genre, I highly recommend you check out Persona 4 Golden. It's what I dipped my toes into, and pretty much got me into the genre. Now I'm super excited for Persona 5 on PS3 and PS4 next year. And those are my top 10 must-own games for the PlayStation Vita, a nice recommendation list of games you should try out if you do pick up a PlayStation Vita or something like the Vita TV this holiday season. If you guys enjoyed the video, please be sure to drop the like below. It really helps the channel grow an audience, and I greatly appreciate it. If you guys want to check out the rest of the episodes in the series, click that little I button on the corner of your screen. It'll send you over to a playlist of the entire series. And like with every episode in this series, if you guys have a recommendation for a Vita game that I did not list in this game because I quite possibly may have not played it before, and I'm not going to lie and say I have, please leave your recommendations in the comment section below. Tell us why we should try out that game. Thank you all very much for being some awesome viewers, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Later.